when I opened my own school in Brooklyn, people had, even Chinese people were all, look at this foreigner selling our culture. Who the hell does he think he is? And I just, what can I say? I said, I put out word out there. They're welcome to come here and get to know what I do. Because it's not about selling Chinese culture. What I want to do is just pass on what I got. As a child, my father was very much into Taoist philosophy, and he very much liked ancient Chinese culture, or at least ancient Chinese thought in terms of lifestyle. So he used that as a foundation, but never told me where it came from. It was my second sister who taught me meditation when I was 8 years old. It wasn't until maybe I was 20 years old, or maybe 18, 19 years old, that I realized, you know, the clothes I wear and the lifestyle that I was cultivating was familiar to ancient Chinese culture. Once I knew that, I just felt more empowered because I had an origin I can go to. I started to teach private students some martial arts in the local city square. So for 2 years I was in Tai'an City, and then the remaining 2 years was in Jinan City, the capital of Shandong. One day I was teaching in the school, teaching in the local city square, and the guards of the city square, they all knew me because they see me all the time. Every morning at 6 o'clock I would practice. This time in the evening I took my students there to train, and people surrounded us. And we're talking loud. What is this foreigner doing? You're teaching our stuff to our own people. This is a disgrace. It's a disgrace. One man turned around and says, can you teach Kung Fu? And they said, no. He says, do you know anything about Chinese Kung Fu? No. And he says, well, keep your mouth shut. Then the man walked up to me and says, I got you covered. After that, he said, people are going to be like that to you. What is your purpose for teaching Chinese Kung Fu to Chinese people? I was like, it's not that I see Chinese people. I see humans. And to me, Chinese culture is something alive. So that means any human can learn about this type of culture. And I didn't feel confident from learning a Chinese Kung Fu because I never valued confidence in overpowering someone else, even if they're trying to do that to me. I valued confidence in keeping my own self or my own mind in a more balanced way. If I'm human, I'll make mistakes. But the fact is to be aware of it and even accept someone else's criticism of it. While learning martial art, you learn to accept criticism more. Well, my last year and a half in China, when I was teaching in the middle school, I was part of the cultural department. And that thrusted my working with the head of the cultural department, which offered the concept or the idea. Would you like to just talk a little bit about maybe Tao Te Ching here and there, or Lun Yu, Analects here and there? I said, great. Just so happens I had an internet radio show where I had lectured on Tao Te Ching and talked a little bit about Lun Yu. I'm giving it from what I was able to read, what I was able to conceive of, experiences I've had, and how I was able to put those things into action. And then how can we utilize that in our modern world and with the things we face. I put together these two methodologies of practice. One is based in the martial arts and movement, a Qigong practice, like a Tai Chi type of style. And then mixed with that is philosophy, but the other aspect of it is your mental, spiritual practice, which would be through meditation. And that came very sporadically, very suddenly. Oh, I have so many tools now, and all my past years' experience has come to a head. Now I can really formulate a method, formulate a way in which I can say, here's the concept of Chinese culture, but it's not separate from your daily life. Don't think of it as Chinese culture. Think of it as a living method of life, your lifestyle, a living method of practice. Therefore, this don't matter, right? The Kung Fu doesn't matter. Cha Dao, tea ceremony doesn't matter. Nor does the language and the dancing. That doesn't matter. It's the mind that matters. And in that we cultivate our mind in ancient Chinese culture And now we take the ancient and bring it to the modern.